Hey guys, welcome back. Steve here with 6 Star Automotive. Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to make a video that no one's going to watch because there's no explosions in it. Hey guys, welcome back. Steve here with 6 Star Automotive. Today I'm going to talk about a system in our vehicles that we don't even remember is there most of the time, but is always watching our back. This system gave us a bit of a run for our money this week. But before I get started, like this video, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell so you know when I make more, and join me as we talk about ABS. So the anti-lock braking system in our vehicles is one of the most underappreciated and most bulletproof systems that's in these vehicles. Given how the system operates and the small moving parts that make it function, it's amazing that it lasts as long as it does. So the anti-lock braking system has come a long way since its introduction in automobiles in 1978 in the Mercedes something or other. ABS has been offered in many different configurations over the years, from rear wheel ABS to front wheel only ABS to independent front and single rear. Anyway, pretty much all vehicles now have four-wheel ABS. So what that means is there's a sensor to determine the speed of all four wheels. Why do we need to know the speed of all four wheels? So the reason that we have ABS in the first place is, so let's back up just a little bit. One of the most important things about a car is its ability to stay planted on the ground. The friction between the tire and the road is really the only thing keeping you safe. So if you need to swerve, if you need to move, if you need to stop, all that is all based on the friction that you're able to get from the tire to the road. What anti-lock brakes does is it prevents that tire from locking up. In the other videos that I showed you, the brakes grab onto that rotor and try to stop the wheel. The issue with that is that they're really good at it and they will lock that wheel up solid. And then what happens is instead of the wheel slowing down, the wheel just stops. The rubber just glides on the road and there's a lot less friction between rubber sliding on the road and rubber grabbing the road as it slows down. So the whole purpose of the anti-lock braking system is to keep you at the maximum amount of friction with the ground before the wheel locks up and starts to slip. That will give you the maximum amount of stopping force in the minimum amount of time. But of course, in order to stay right at that cusp, we need computers. And computers need sensors. And this is generally what that sensor is monitoring. This is what's called an integrated wheel bearing hub assembly. Most vehicles are built with this type of wheel bearing nowadays. So how this works is these four bolts here will bolt to the knuckle, like I explained in the last video. And this part here is going to bolt to the wheel. So this part can move with the wheel while this part stays stationary with the suspension. And if you look really, really closely, right here, this is where the magic of ABS happens. So this ring right here is actually made out of a bunch of little tiny magnetic lines, and that part spins with the wheel. And imagine there's a sensor sitting right here, and as it goes past, those little magnetic lines go past the sensor and it tells how fast or how slow the wheel is going, and it can tell if the wheel stops suddenly. This system is so precise that we can actually now use wheel speed to determine tire pressure. Think about that for a second. But like I was saying before, these systems are relatively bulletproof. It's very uncommon for them to have a whole lot of problems unless there's damage to the system. With the advancement of ABS technology, we've now been able to incorporate two more systems into the ABS. You have traction control that is going to help the wheels from slipping when you're accelerating, and then you have stability control, which is designed to keep the vehicle from sliding while you're turning. So if there's a fault in your ABS system, it's almost certain if your vehicle has traction control and stability control for those warning messages to show up as well. The reason being that if there's a fault in one system, there's a fault in all of the systems because they are in essence the same system. One thing that we've learned over the last couple of years is that it's common for your rear brakes to wear faster than your front brakes, which seems counterintuitive based on common sense with how your front brakes are going to have more force applied and therefore wear down faster. But the stability control system on most cars, specifically Subarus, uses the rear wheels just like you would with a trailer to control the skid. So if you're slowing down and you end up
kicking sideways, it's going to break the rear wheels to kind of straighten you out. Up here in the wintertime, if you feel that when you're accelerating or decelerating, you have any kind of traction control or stability control system activating, it's usually focusing on those rear brakes. So that will cause the rear brakes to run down faster. So before I finish up, I want to get back to this hub assembly one more time. I really want to focus on the quality of this unit right here. This is an NTN bearing. So this is what Subaru would have installed from the factory, and we really don't like to compromise on the quality. I mean, you can see the machining, the annealing that they're doing here. I mean, all of this, the quality of that very important tone ring on the back, all of this is, even to this minor little cutout that you see right here where the axle goes in so that it doesn't interfere with the axle itself and cause this not to fully seat. The quality of these components that we install are extremely, extremely important. There's no such thing as a bearing or a sensor as a sensor. They really have to be the right one. All right, guys, that's all I got for this one. If you have any questions about your ABS, traction control, or stability control systems, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching this video. I got lots more. Take a look at those. And remember, you can always come by to experience a 6-star difference for yourself.